Hey y'all, Jan here from Squizito. Welcome to the Now We're Cooking Olive Oil show. Today I'm gonna take you to my friend Becky's house and she's gonna make truffled Alfredo and we're gonna make homemade pasta. Now Becky's vegan, so we're gonna try to make it both ways, with egg and without egg. We're gonna use flaxseed meal because we've never tried this recipe like this before, and we're gonna use the spicy Calabrian pesto olive oil. In the recipe, we also are going to use the white truffle oil and the red wine vinegar. So let's go to Becky's house and make truffled Alfredo. Hey, so we made it to Becky's house and we're about to get started. So what are we going to do first?
We're going to mix up our soba dough.
Okay.
And then we're going to roast our garlic.
Yeah, so we got a bonus. We're going to do roasted garlic and we're going to show you the sourdough bread mix. So let's show you how to do that first before we do the pasta.
Okay.
Okay, so sourdough bread mix. Let's see how you do it.
All right. Well, first I read the directions.
I don't read the directions, and I can tell you, it makes her crazy.
Yes. She's over here just try something.
So this is our sourdough bread mix. You can find it on our website. And you mix 1 beer or sparkling water with the mix. Yeah, she's got to go get some scissors. And we have all different flavors, and it's beer bread. So we found a beer in her fridge from her husband's retirement party, and we're going to use that.
A year ago.
It'll work. It's fine. It just needs the bubbles.
We don't drink a lot of beer.
So that's
more hard liquor here.
Actually, Ryan just retired, and he was a pilot, and now he is a master margarita maker. So he's going to make us some margaritas in a a So stay tuned for that.
That's his new title, Master Margarita Maker.
What was he before in the military?
He was a C-130 pilot.
Okay, what was his title?
Lieutenant Colonel.
Lieutenant Colonel,
Yeah,
okay. I was going to say, was he a master something?
Yeah, no, Lieutenant Colonel
okay.
was his rank that he retired at.
It's awesome. So you'll see him in a minute. So Ryan will be making margaritas for us in a minute, but right now she's going to show you how easy it is to make sourdough.
Yes, so you just put the mix in the bowl. Now watch, this is tricky.
Is it tricky?
The mix in the bowl. Then you open a can of beer.
Not hard. Not hard at all.
Except I always make the opening of the beer harder and awkward. And then you pour it into the mix.
Oh, man, that's difficult.
Oh, man.
Such hard work making bread.
Make sure you get this right. Then stir it.
Now, Becky is using a loaf pan. And that's what it calls for on the recipe or on the card. It says when you use a loaf pan to bake it for 45 minutes. But I like to just dump it on a sheet pan, which you can totally do. It won't like run or anything. And then you can only bake it. You can bake it for like 25 minutes. And then it's shorter and it makes a bigger loaf. But I like to just
do that or
no, this is good. You already have that pan out.
I don't know. Am I supposed to grease the pan? I always forget.
Well, that's up to you. I think it'll be fine, so especially since you're using stoneware. If you were just using a regular one, you might want to put a little bit of stuff on it.
So
it doesn't run.
We're just gonna
That's the best bread.
Smoosh it in there. Smooshy.
Best bread ever.
Yeah, so
and you
easy.
smoosh it in. Okay.
Especially if you're used to making homemade bread from scratch.
Right.
You got to do the rise and the
in the oven,
it doesn't flop. Oh, I'm gonna put it this way because we're gonna put that garlic.
Oh yeah, we gotta have the garlic in. Okay.
Okay. All right. So that's the bread.
Yeah. So you need sourdough bread in your life for just to have around for times like these.
Yes. It's so easy. Like Ryan, he'll just say, "I want some bread," and just mix them up.
Yeah.
And less than an hour,
you
have fresh bread.
Yeah. And on Saturdays, Saturday mornings usually Steele wants sweet bread. He calls it sweet bread. We have apple fritter and cinnamon swirl, so those are really good for weekend mornings. Okay, now we're gonna do roasted garlic. Okay, so what we're gonna do with the roasted garlic is we're just gonna cut the tops off. This is so easy. If you've never done roasted garlic, you just cut the tops off. That one kind of looks a little old, I don't know, but we'll cook it and see what it does. Just chop the top off so we can get some olive oil in there. It's gonna look like that. We're gonna get some olive oil in it and then we're gonna roast it, and at the end we're gonna be able to squeeze it out and just smear it on our bread. Love it. And then get the extras pieces off. Make a big mess for Becky to clean up.
Yes.
Oh, that one's gonna be good right there.
Oh.
Okay, now olive oil. Let's do spicy Calabrian pesto olive oil for the roasted garlic. I'm just gonna pour a little bit on top of each one so it gets down in there. It would be nice if I had a pour spout on this. But that one, I'm going to omit that one. It looks like it's seen better days, so let's just not do him. Yeah, okay.
All right.
Good. So we have the garlic. It's going in the oven.
All right.
About 375 degrees for about 25 to 35 minutes.
Right in there with the bread.
We'll check it in a little bit.
All right.
Okay. Now let's make pasta. Okay, so this is the first time that we have tried this recipe with flaxseed meal instead of eggs because Becky and her family are vegan, so we're going to try this. So what you do is use...
You say 3 eggs?
I did 3 eggs, so we're going to double it.
Okay, so I'm going to do 6 tablespoons.
Of flaxseed.
Yeah.
Because that would be the equivalent to 3 eggs.
1 tablespoon of flaxseed to 2 tablespoons of water.
Yes.
Per egg.
And you just let it sit for a few minutes and it'll, what's the word?
Congeals.
Congeal. I was going to say congeal, and I thought, is that the word?
Yeah, that's the right word.
Yeah. Look, she has a dish for my ring. If you're at home and you're making pasta, you want to take your rings off because it'll get flour all in there and it'll take a long time to scrub it later. So we're going to use 00 flour. If you've never used this, if you've never made pasta, 00 works better. It's just a really fine Italian flour. So the recipe for the pasta is 2 cups of flour, and we're just going to put it right here on the counter. This is we're going to get it all dirty. So you did 2 there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So make a little well
Okay.
in the middle.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do the same thing over here on mine. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's overflowing. Did you see it? Is it bothering you?
No, I don't care.
Okay. She does too. She's lying. She cares a lot. It bothers her not to measure. Okay, so this is where you have to be a cook and you have to be like, okay, we might need a little more. We might need a little less water. I mean, it just depends on the consistency and how it feels.
Okay.
So we're going to, how's our egg doing, our flax egg?
It's getting there. Probably needs like 2 more minutes.
Let's show them what it looks like. So see how it's just a little bit thicker. Now we're gonna let it go for a little bit longer because we need it.
We could use it, but
yeah, we'll just give it just a second. So we're also gonna do the spicy Calabrian pesto, and I mentioned that Becky's vegan, and so this oil tastes like Parmesan cheese. Mm-hmm. You know this, don't you?
Yeah.
And so we're just gonna put a little bit. Well, we'll wait until we get the flax egg on there, and then we'll put on there. We're going to need some salt too.
Oh, okay.
Salt will work. Salt is salt. Well, most of the time. Sometimes the salt is not salt.
I also have that salt.
Seasonello herbal salt.
Yeah. My sisters call that Squizito salt.
We call it crack salt. Her sisters are my sisters. Her sisters, they have so much fun, and so I'm always like, I want to be one of your sisters. They have a blast.
You are.
Yay! I'm inducted into the family. I hope this works.
Yeah, I know. Here we go.
So we're going to put it in the middle. Yep. Oh, that's perfect. It looks like it's going to be great. Then we're going to do a little bit of spicy Calabrian olive oil, spicy Calabrian pesto, just a little bit, like that. Okay, now we're gonna get our hands dirty. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We're gonna start on the outside, and we're just gonna start going to the middle like this. And it's okay if it gets out. And we're just gonna keep going, and keep mixing.
Oh, it's getting out.
It's getting out. It's running. We're gonna keep doing this until it makes a ball. I think we're gonna do just fine. And everybody that is vegan that doesn't want to eat eggs is gonna be happy that we tried this in front of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. And then whenever you get, so I just squeeze it. Oh, mine's coming together. We'll see. It looks like we're gonna need more liquid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we need
more water.
More water. Yep.
You want like in a measuring cup? Or?
No, just like some water, and we'll just. So normally you would just sprinkle some water.
Like with a...
But I'm just gonna kind of dip my hand in here and get quite a bit because it looks like we need you know,
quite a bit.
a tablespoon or so,
Okay.
maybe more. And
Oh,
we're just gonna
it's
keep
sticking through my
mixing.
hands.
Yeah, good. That's what it needs to be doing. It needs to be sticky. I'm gonna get some more. This is all an experiment. Or
Yeah, show hers. Mine's not.
I'm gonna get some more water and put on mine. Since we've never done this with flax, I didn't know how much water we would need. But it looks like we need a little bit more than what it usually would call for. I'm just gonna keep on adding it. And hopefully this comes together. Otherwise we're not gonna have pasta for dinner.
Oh, I'll just break out the barilla.
This is getting super sticky.
Mine's not working at all. Mine's just a big fat mess.
Oh, look. This is okay. So this
Oh,
is
yeah, you're
the consistency that you want is for when you push it down, it kind of comes back up. Normally, it kind of comes back up. So I'm gonna say that that's gonna work, and we're gonna try it and see.
Is it good?
Looks good. That is good. It worked. Look at that. We made pasta.
Wow.
Now, whether
amazing.
it goes through the pasta making machine or not, we'll see. Okay, so if you want to make the original recipe, we have a video where Kristen has made this recipe before, and that's on our YouTube channel, and I'll link it at the end or maybe right now. But you're just going to cut this into 4 sections. Here you go.
Okay.
Because the original recipe is about 4 servings, and so 2 cups of flour and 3 eggs will make enough for 4 people. Plenty. It's a lot. Doesn't look like a whole lot here. But then we're going to use the pasta sheeter from the KitchenAid mixer, and we're also going to roll. I'm going to show you how to roll one out. In case you don't have one of those and you want to just roll it out, I'm going to show you how to do that too. This KitchenAid attachment has the sheeter, which is these rollers right here. Don't get your finger in there because it will not back up. And it has the spaghetti maker and it has the fettuccine maker. So it all goes at one time. So we're going to start this. It has little settings down here. We're going to start it on the biggest setting, which is 1. And then we're going to go all the way to 8, which is going to make it a lot thinner. And it's actually going to make it super thin sheets. So I'm going to get Becky started with that. So we're going to you're going to flatten this out.
Okay.
To where it'll go through the sheeter on the first setting. So you're going to keep flattening until it gets, and then we're going to want to have some extra flour over here so that once we start going through the sheeter, we can put some flour on it so it doesn't stick. That's good.
Okay.
So you might want to put some flour on the outside of it so that it doesn't stick. And then, let me turn this on. I'm going to crank it up to about 6. And we're going to see if this works. We're going to go through it. Ta-da! It's working. Okay, so you're going to go through each setting twice. And then we're going to go ahead and move it to the next setting, too. And then it's just going to make it thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner.
Oh. Now I'm scared if I get my fingers in there.
Yeah, do not get your fingers in there.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't reverse, so just be very careful. If it gets really long, you can cut it in half. You want to cut it in half? Is it sticky? You want to add some?
I don't have 2 hands.
I know. You can lay it down here. Just lay it down.
Well,
Here, put some flour down so that you can lay it on the flour.
Do-do-do. Okay.
Yay. And then you can make sure it's not sticky. Otherwise, it'll stick to...
Yeah, it doesn't feel sticky.
No, that's good.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to take it down again.
Uh-huh.
And put it
if you want to keep
again?
it long, you keep it long. If you want to
Wanna
cut it
keep
in
it
half,
long.
okay, do it.
Makes me feel authentic. I roll it through my KitchenAid.
It's awesome. Okay, so after you go through that, then you're going to go through this one, the fettuccine cutter. And you're going to cut the pasta already. You're making pasta.
What? Are you kidding me right now?
That's awesome. And then you just leave it in a pile right here.
What?
And you have pasta. And see, you can just put some
You
flour
just
on
like
it.
don't even. You
Put some
just
flour
put
on
it
it.
in a ball of string.
That's it.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
You see?
Okay.
It's gonna be, now you're gonna be doing this like every night.
Oh, so is this a KitchenAid thing?
No, it's actually, the brand is called Tree, this one.
Do
And
you
I
sell
really,
these at your store?
I do not sell these at my store. They sell these at the Amazon store.
Are you okay? Can you put that plug in there?
Oh my gosh, she's the best.
Oh my gosh.
So you have this big thing of pasta and you're gonna wanna make sure that it has flour on it so that it doesn't stick.
Okay.
So we'll just leave it in a pile like there. So a nest, if you will. Have some more
alright.
flour. Okay, so Becky's gonna continue to do all of those and I'm gonna show you, if you don't have a KitchenAid mixer, how to do it without. So you're just gonna roll it out the old-fashioned way. And you're gonna try to get it as thin as you can, but it's so hard to get it as thin as one of those sheeters does. So, I mean, I would recommend that tool if you're gonna make pasta very much. But you can roll it out and get it as thin as you want it. See, my sheet is not near as big as Becky's.
That's what I did.
So mine's gonna be super thick.
I didn't set a timer for the bread.
That's okay. We'll smell it when it's done. Don't freak out. So this recipe is Becky's. Did I already say that? Becky's original recipe. And
The sauce.
She made it,
Not
the
the
sauce.
Not the pasta.
She made a short video for us, and it's on our YouTube channel, and I'll link that too. So if you forget and you just want the short recipe, but we're gonna make a couple of substitutions today. Okay, so I have my sheet about as flat as I'm gonna get it. I mean, I could work a lot longer and get it a lot.
Are you gonna cut that?
Yeah,
Like with a knife?
with a knife.
Like, oh.
Yeah, but this is a trick. It's so
Okay.
fun. Okay, so what you're gonna do if you're gonna cut this to make it instead of, so you could take a pizza roller and you could go like this and just cut it, but it's really hard to keep the noodles consistent.
Yeah.
So you roll one side this way, and then you roll this side.
Oh. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. This way,
Fancy.
and then cut it like this, little. So I'm still not very consistent on my width of my pasta, but that's okay. I won't get kicked out. Becky won't kick me out.
No.
Okay, so then take the back of your knife and lay it down and pick up some of the noodles and you just kind of shake them and look, they unroll.
What?
What just happened?
Ah, do it again.
Okay, watch. Back of the knife, pick some up, and then you shake them. Fun. It's almost as fun as that.
Wow.
I know.
This is so neat. Going off-roading.
Oh, okay. This is looking really good. Look at that. So flaxseed meal works fantastic.
I cannot, like, this is so fun.
I know, it is really fun. I'm excited about this recipe. You trying it out like
It's
this.
pretty. That flaxseed.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And you can dry this too and put it up.
Like,
So
just
like you
let
can
it
get
dry out?
you can get like these hangers like dowels. They make you can order and buy.
How fancy would I feel then?
I know, you make your own pasta and have it dried anytime. Yep,
I'm just gonna call my boss and say, I've decided to make pasta,
for a living.
so I don't need that job anymore.
I'm good. I can make it on my own now. I can make.
He'd be like, okay, Becky, well, when you're done with that. The garlic.
Okay,
that's what it
let's check
is.
the bread and the garlic. Okay, let me suit up with Becky's pot holders. She burned herself a lot. She has scars too, to prove it. Let's check this. Okay, bread is pretty good. Now, how in the world am I going to squeeze this garlic with this glove on? So you just squeeze it.
Are you going to what?
Squeeze the garlic with the glove.
Do you need me to?
No, I did it. So the garlic needs a little bit longer. The bread, it can go a little bit longer. We'll just let it go for a few more minutes. Wow, some long noodles. So we have been recording for 44 minutes at this point. So all of this has been done in that amount of time. Not too long. So if you have one of these attachments, be very careful not to get your fingers or anything stuck in them. I was making pasta one time, and it was actually in a class, and I couldn't get the pasta started, so I thought, oh, I'll just stick a little fork in there and get it started. Bad idea. So the fork went down into the tines of the spaghetti maker, and I turned it off, and it was about halfway through, and it would not back up. So it will not reverse. So if you get your finger in there, it won't come back out.
Oh my gosh.
So be very careful. And we just had to run it through, and then I ordered another pasta maker.
Tricky.
Okay, look at that.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
it smells so good.
It does.
Becky's gonna show you her recipe,
Yes.
how to make truffled Alfredo. And I brought white truffle oil. And
Yes, that's what we need.
so on the original video that Becky made, on the short video, it calls for lemon juice. But what I have found is that, let me get away from the camera a little bit, is that you can use red wine vinegar in place of lemon juice almost anywhere. And I've said this before, but this recipe especially, it's really good. Now Becky doesn't know this, I double the red wine vinegar.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I like it super tangy. But I like everything super tangy, so I mean, really, that's to taste.
I like this, so I don't care whatever we wanted to do. I like it every way I've ever made it.
So the normal recipe is a cup of almonds. Hold on, let me get down here.
Okay.
A cup of sliced almonds, a cup and a half of vegetable broth, a fourth a cup of nutritional yeast, 1 tablespoon of either lemon juice or red wine vinegar, and 2 tablespoons white truffle oil, and then you're gonna salt and pepper it to taste. We're gonna double that recipe, but you're gonna use it in the Vitamix.
Yes.
So show us how to do it.
All right, I'm gonna put my almonds in, and then my broth, and then we have our nutritional yeast.
Is it a cheesy flavor?
The red barrel aged wine vinegar. I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of that in place of for our acid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And I would put 4 tablespoons.
Smells good.
But
I'll put 3.
No. Oh, 3. Oh, look, we're compromising on 3. And then 4 tablespoons of white truffle oil. I don't have to convince her to add enough truffle oil.
No, this is my favorite.
And if you haven't watched our video, Becky's video of the truffle fries, I'll link it too because it's incredible. Truffle fries are so good.
So good.
Even if you just roast potatoes,
Oh, yeah.
and then toss them in a little bit of truffle oil. So I wouldn't cook in the truffle oil because it's very overpowering.
Yeah.
But if you, and then she's gonna blend it. So I'm gonna walk away
yeah.
so I can talk while she blends that.
But then, should I turn my mic off because you're still gonna get it?
Becky is also a photographer, so she thinks about microphone stuff like where I don't. Go
Finish
ahead.
talking and then I'll blend.
What was I saying? Oh, so you would cook like in a garlic olive oil or just an extra virgin olive oil. Like if you're going to roast potatoes, just make sure and season them. And then drizzle some white truffle oil in a bowl and toss them in the white truffle oil. Like, a teaspoon, tablespoon, depending on how many potatoes you're doing. And it gives it tons of flavor. Yes. Okay, so show us, Becky.
All right, here we go. If you don't have a Vitamix, you need to get a Vitamix.
Yes.
Because they're life-changing. I let it go for 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes.
Yeah. Ooh, nice.
Oh, man.
You need to taste it with the red wine vinegar and tell me what you think. See if it compares.
Amazing.
I want to see your reaction to taste it. Oh, you haven't even salted it or anything yet.
Oh, I didn't salt it.
It's not going to taste good.
Oh, it's still good. Yeah, it's good.
She's dancing. When she's dancing, that means it's
It
good.
does make a difference.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So you like the red wine vinegar?
I like the red wine and I like more of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It makes it tangy.
Oh,
Yay.
yeah.
Okay, the water's starting to boil, so I'm gonna add a lot of salt. And when I say a lot, I mean
Man, you're so good with
a lot.
the camera and the cooking. The camera in one hand and the cooking with the other.
Just kind of shake it as you're putting it in.
Oh, so you want it loose?
Yeah, kind of loose, but it's
Oh,
okay.
oh
Look, you
no.
put it in, and I'll get
That
it.
one
And
was-
look, so I'll just
That one
go
was
ahead.
not loose.
It's okay.
Okay. So it will turn into, like, you're not expecting nests when it comes out.
No,
I
no,
see,
no.
I see.
It's gonna be loosey
Okay.
noodles. See?
Oh, look at
And
that.
so it'll take a second. Let it come back to a boil, and then the pasta will start to float, and it's really done.
What?
It is a hit. This recipe we cooked in our cooking class the other night. I taught people how to make homemade pasta in this sauce, and it was a hit. Just gonna put it in the sauce.
Woo! Oh,
Okay, you wanna grab some more nests? And
yes. I'm gonna do
I'll
4.
stir that
1,
up.
2.
And-
Ready?
Okay, we have a guest appearance from Ryan Williams, and he is
Hello.
going to make special margaritas for
I
us.
should give-
Okay, so Ryan just retired as a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force. He's a pilot, and now he is a master margarita maker. Tell us what you're going to do.
We're gonna make iced margaritas here,
Nice.
which are whole fruit using this blender.
Okay, and what are you going to add in there as a bonus? We talked about this and decided that a lot of the Squizito balsamic vinegars would be good in it, right?
I really like the plum. The plum is
Okay.
actually pretty good.
The plum is good. It's really sweet, super sweet.
Although mixing them all together wasn't bad either.
Right,
It was
we've
pretty
already
good
tried
as well.
that. So, okay, whatever you decide to go with, as long as we have the recipe to share with our viewers, that'll be
Right.
awesome.
So this involves tequila, Contre or triple sec. You can use that, and then amaretto.
Okay,
And so you will also.
that's just the
need-
orange liqueur, right?
Yep, it's an orange liqueur.
Okay,
And speaking of citrus and oranges, we've got 1 orange, 1 lemon, and 1 lime, which we are
Okay.
going to peel and put in the blender along with ice, a cup of water, and a cup of sugar.
okay,
So
sounds good.
We're gonna mix all that together, and we're gonna end up with a whole fruit margarita here.
Sounds good.
It's gonna cut the peel off of it. We started making these when I was deployed in Turkey, and we used to get together for parties because the base was kind of a little enclave of Americans, and so this was one of the things that we really enjoyed. Drinking was a pastime. Yeah, we bought the Vitamix in Turkey. and
Really?
Yeah, they showed us that was, it made really smooth margaritas. Because it didn't have amaretto. The recipe that we used didn't have amaretto in it. And we really like the amaretto Italian margaritas, so we kind of combined the 2 ounces. We're going to do 6 ounces of tequila.
So how much is this gonna make? How many servings is this gonna make?
This will fill 8 cups.
Wow. Okay.
And we're going to do 1 ounce of that.
1 ounce of the
The
Orange
triple sec,
liqueur?
Yep, the orange
Okay.
liqueur.
6 ounces of tequila, 1 ounce of orange liqueur,
And
and
then I'm going to do 3 ounces of this amaretto, because I really like amaretto.
yeah, 3 ounces. Any kind of special sugar?
We are using natural sugar.
Okay.
So we'll do
Quarter
a
cup
quarter.
of sugar, modifying on the fly.
Right.
Then what are you gonna do? Like a quarter cup of the vinegar?
That sounds good.
Okay.
I like that idea.
Okay.
I like the plum. I want to do the
Okay,
plum.
let's do plum.
So we're
Plum
gonna
it
do that
is.
pretty
Here, if you
close.
want to know how to say that or how to spell it, umibashi.
Fill it up to the top of the ice. Cup of water.
Okay. Cup of water.
That should do it.
Looks good. So we talked about using either the pineapple balsamic or mango, or let's see, the key lime. That was another one that I thought that might be really good, but we decided on the umibashi plum. Or Ryan decided on the umibashi plum.
Oh, it's real
Cheers!
smooth. There you go.
Okay. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
I like the plum. It
You think that the
provides a
plum
little bit-
changed it some, huh?
Yeah, it did.
I've had this once before, and it changed it some. Nice. Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.
Enjoy.
Roasted garlic, bread, pasta.
Look at that big bowl of pasta.
Yum.
All right.
Gosh, I wish y'all could smell this. It's
So
incredible.
good. All right.
What could be better than homemade pasta and bread and roasted garlic? Oh, nothing.
Nothing.
Heaven? Heaven is the only other thing. And homemade margaritas. Look, so take the garlic, and I'm gonna try to do this one hand. Look, see how it just squeezes out?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, you just put it in the.
you just grab it, and so then it just smashes. Squeeze, and it comes out.
Do you get it?
Oh, it turns to like mush,
Oh.
and that is, and then it
Oh,
comes
that's
out.
super easy.
Yeah, and then it just jumps out. I can see. I actually take a piece of garlic, and you just smash it on the bread and just rub it in.
So just take a piece
Uh huh.
and then
I get a few. Do you like garlic?
I love garlic.
Okay, so get like 3 pieces,
Okay.
and just rub it on there, and it'll just melt. You see how it just smashes?
Yeah. It's almost like you need a knife to.
Yeah, and you can use a
Right
knife,
across.
but you know, we're in Arkansas, so we use our fingers. In Ohio, you might use a knife.
Just lower on it.
Okay, so you can see how the sauce is thickened, and oh, that looks yummy.
Gosh, Ryan, did you get some pasta?
No.
Okay, now, so Ryan, you tried the bread and the roasted garlic. What do you think?
Good.
Okay, now he's switching gears. Now it's time for the pasta. What do you think about the roasted garlic, Beck?
So good.
Yum, yum.
That's really good.
You like it?
Yeah.
And the homemade
I
pasta.
made pasta from scratch,
Yeah.
like
I
flour.
really like it.
Good, winner.
It's got a different consistency to it
Yeah.
than the store-bought pasta that
Uh-huh.
we normally use. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's a lot more filling too. You don't eat near as much
So excited.
unless you're me, and then you eat twice as much because it's pasta.
It has like a fresher consistency to it.
Yeah,
Well, it's fresher.
it's super fresher, super fresher. Okay, so if you want to try this recipe, you'll be able to find it down below, and we'll also have it on our website. All of these products that we use will link below. And if you like us and you want to continue to follow us, please like our channel and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You'll know when we make more videos. And thank you for watching. Bye.